So today you're gonna assess your quadratus lumborum, or you're gonna have a partner assess your quadratus lumborum. We're gonna go over both. Now, keep in mind, this muscle is extremely deep in the low back, maybe 2 inches, okay? So on your own, what you're gonna do is you're gonna stand up and dig your thumb in there. You may find it helpful to put your hips into posterior tilt, which is where the hips tuck underneath, and dig your wimpy little thumbs in there. Push as hard as you can. And so side to side. If you feel a lump or a spot that makes you go cross-eyed, that is a knot or adhesion in the quadratus lumborum. Now, the best way to assess it, have a partner do this for you. Get a yoga mat or a pillow or some sheets, put them underneath the front hip bones right here. Those right here, they're called your ASISs, those big bumps. Now, side bend the legs away from, get your thumb and go right in there. Find the crest, and you're gonna, guys, dig in there. And really get in there, all of your body weight. If you feel a lump in there, a big bump, slowly, lock in place. A little loud. Now, coming over here, the quadratus lumborum muscle, it's best if there's something underneath the hips to put it in posterior tilt and the legs are bent away. Simply now, find that knot with your finger, get in there. Guys, you've got to lay into this muscle. I'm not kidding you, it's 2.5 inches in the back. You can't be a baby with this. If you feel that knot, you got to get in that muscle. Soft tissue device for under 150 bucks. And it's quadratus lumborum muscle right here gets really tight when you sit for too long. You wake up in the morning, it's stiff, it causes pain, all that crap. This stretch is phenomenal, game changer. Get ready. Start off in a doorway like this. Now what you're gonna do, notice Andrew's foot is into the doorway, his opposite leg is crawling over, it's flat. His arm is over his head, it's not too high, and now what he's doing is he's shifting his hips. Shifting, he's not rotating, his hips are straight, and he's shifting over. If you feel it too much in your lat, move your hand down, all right? Now, you should feel it pulling all through here. It's also gonna get in the hip. Guys, this is stretching your IT band, it's getting glute medius, it's getting quadratus lumborum, paraspinals, lats. This thing is like the bow and arrow stretch. Move you, here we go. Start about 2 feet away from a door. I'm still sick, by the way. Deal with it, good. Put the right arm up over top, lower it down to the shoulder, drive the hip away, hard. You should feel it, Marisol, come here. Look. Guys, you should feel it here. If you feel too much lat, drop the arm down. Drive the hip over. Guys, this stretch is so freaking good. I've got a monster of a low back stretch for you. It is stretching your quadratus lumborum. This is your rib. This is your hip. And now what your QL does is it's going to connect all through here. It's a deep low back muscle. Here's how to do this yourself. So what you're gonna need, let's show them, Tyler. You're gonna need to get in a doorway. You don't need this crazy rig. If you got a rig, use a rig. Stand 2 feet from a doorway or your rig. Take your outside foot behind your inside foot into the doorway and roll on the outside of your foot. Now what you're gonna do is take your top hand, and it's gonna be shoulder height, and this is gonna be nipple height. And now you're gonna pull your hips all the way over. And now you're gonna turn your body and look through and pull the hips over. If you're doing it right, it is gonna be lengthening this deep quadratus lumborum. This muscle can refer pain down the leg. Ow. You can have huge knots in here. If you have disc herniations, disc bulges, this muscle can become so incredibly tight. By loosening this, you're going to decompress your back, but you still need to fix your shit because this is just a relief exercise. Stretch. Buttery. Watch this. Get a set of rings. If you don't have it, you can use a door. But what you're gonna do is start off with your feet shoulder width apart. Hold the rings up over your head. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your left foot, this is a stretch the right QL, take your left foot across the body. Now, slowly drive the right hip as far apart away as you can and let your foot roll on the outside if you need to. What you're gonna do now is this. You're gonna work on adjusting your hips into rotating them clockwise, counterclockwise until you feel the quadratus lumborum being stretched right here. If you don't feel it right there, you must make adjustments. This is a complex stretch, and it's going to take you a little time for you to learn the nuances of this. But this stretch is magic.
You want to put that one behind you, so you get 90 degrees here. Okay, so my leg is going to be bent at 90 degrees at the knee and at 90 degrees at my hip if I can. So I get in this position. My front leg gets here out in front of me at 90 degrees here at my knee and about 90 degrees here with the relation to the rest of my torso. From here, I'm going to lean forward, and now I want to open up this hip, right? So the idea is to drive the top of this pelvis down and back as I get the rest of my body and my rib cage going in the opposite direction. Here's the line right here. So if I drive that back by leaning forward and then I lean in this direction, I can already feel that muscle opening up. Now if I want to intensify that even more, I'm going to rotate down and over the top because I'm rotating my lumbar vertebrae now away from the direction that I'm going here so that the muscles are stretching even more. So I'm reaching over, twisting this way, and then leaning forward. And I can feel that, and the more I can drive this leg down and back in that direction there, as I do this, I'm going to even feel more on that stretch.
The sequence of 3 stretches. So what you're going to do for the first one is you're going to get into a full hip flexor stretch. You want to be on your toes in the front leg, fully close the knee in the front. You should get a nice stretch all the way down here. And then after you hold that for 2 minutes, you're going to shift. So this front foot stays right where it is. You just turn it out to the side, and then you go just like that. So your hip should be able to stay on the ground here. A lot of people, when they start off, they're going to be like this. You want to be able to get that to the ground over time, so you can also go down to your elbow if you need to, but then the goal is to get all the way up like that. And then from there, you're also going to pivot off of this front foot after you hold that for 2 minutes, and you're going to go into a groin stretch here. So the goal here, which actually I'm not at yet, but is to touch your head to the floor, which can't quite get there yet, but pretty good sequence. So you're going to do 2 minutes in each position, and then you're going to switch sides and you're going to do it all over.
QL and the extensors part, we don't want to stretch the hamstring part, so just take that out of the equation, keep it bent around about that sort of 20-30 degree angle, then you should be able to grab that foot. So holding on to the front of the inside of your foot, then put your bent knee on the inside of that same arm. Okay, so sort of just lock it in there like that. That'll help you with the forward flexion component and keep you in a position, okay? So you don't let go of that. Second thing, with this bent knee here, you may find sometimes it sort of sits up a little bit, okay? Now that's an indication that you've got hip tightness in here, and something you might need to work on. So it's a good indication, if your knee's up like that, it's a good indication you've got some hip issues going on combined with that whole QL issue. That may be another story, but try to get this knee down to the floor if you can, because you've got to be able to use that to push and rotate away from. Okay, it helps you keep in position and then rotate away, because if we're doing rotate left, so holding that down, rotate away, almost like you're looking around to the left. You can find that when you're in here, you feel like you feel like you got to fall backwards and fall over. You just can't hold that position. Maybe it's because you're too tight. Maybe it's because you haven't got enough core strength or sort of control to hold yourself in that position. What I suggest you do, and this, especially if you're doing this in the lounge room, is if that was my sofa, back up onto the sofa, watch TV, whatever suits. And so when you go into the stretch here, hold yourself there, I can just lean on my sofa. Okay? I don't have to hold myself there. So I just tilt back, lean on my sofa, then it's super easy to then just, if I go forward a little bit, to then just tilt over and just lean back on that. And then
gentle activation. So we're going to do some cat-cow first. So as you inhale, let's drop the belly button. Start to pull the chest forward and reach the chin up to the ceiling or sky. And as you exhale, curl in the tailbone, then curl in the upper back, tuck in the chin. Wonderful. 2 more of those. Big inhale, opening up the front body. And you exhale, curl it in. Awesome. 1 more at your own pace. We're doing this just to feel some flexion and extension to the low back. Kind of get it loosened up. And on your next inhale, come to a neutral spine. And we're going to go side to side now. But I want you to do 1 vertebrae at a time. So when I curl to the side, we're not just doing a side bend here, like cranking it all in. I want you to curl into low spine, and then 1 vertebrae at a time, feel yourself curl to that right side. So as you uncurl to the left, uncurl at the hips first, and then the low back, mid back, upper back, neck. Awesome, let's do a couple both sides. Again, it's like a wave, we're doing with our wave. So yeah, curl in here, then you work up the spine, and then when you curl the other way, start the low spine first, See, I'm already seeing Dave a little confused. Yeah. So it shows you maybe maybe you can't engage this part without engaging this part. So we're trying to, articulate those movements, and that'll help your QL, because maybe you're engaging your QL when you shouldn't be in some other movements. So let's do one more each side. Just little side bends, unraveling, one vertebrae at a time. And you should feel your QL engaged a little bit. Do you feel it?
Oh yeah.
Wonderful. So now that we know where it is, we're just going to do some gentle spine circles. So imagine taking your belly button, drawing circles with the belly button, or your tailbone drawing circles with the wall behind you. So what it looks like is right this. And try not to move your chest much at all here. So we're curling it in, unraveling, uncurl. So little circle twerks with the ass. Yes. So this is going to help you lubricate those lower spine, get the lower vertebrae opened up. But again, you're going to use your extension and flexion muscles as well as your QL when you go through the sides. Go both directions, just a few more circles here, and then we're going to hop into some QL stretches. So I know you're feeling good now. Wonderful. Neutral spine. Go ahead and bring the toes together and sit down on the heels. So my knees are a little wide here to where my belly can fall in between my legs, hopping into child pose here. So from here, I want you to reach the hands, walk the fingers forward as far as you can away from the hips. It's in the hips back, so get a nice decompression in the back. Keep that decompression, and once you walk the hands over to the left, step that right hand on top of the left hand. And from here, I want you to reach the right hip crease back as you reach that right hand up and away from that hip crease. So right here, it's a very gentle stretch in the QL. It's an active stretch though. So he's reaching this hand away from the back of this hip crease, and you get this little stretch in the QL right here, but it's an internal stretch, nothing too intense. So slowly walk the hands over to the right side now. Same exact thing here. And again, we're just reaching from the inside. Feeling that left hip crease reach back. As you reach that left hand away, get a juicy little stretch from the inside. One more big breath. Breathe into that QL. Use your breath as a little internal massage. As always, with any pose, any movement, your breath is your best friend. Wonderful. Come back to the center. And we're going to inhale, scoop the body forward, and just bring the hips to the ground. And bring the shoulders above the elbows. So your elbows are a little bit in front of the shoulders actually. What we're going to do here is we're going to pull the elbows back, pulling the chest forward. And from here, you should be able to feel, I want you to close your eyes here. I want you to feel your legs relax. Maybe even feel your hip bones on the ground. But I want you to feel you pulling your chest and your vertebrae getting a nice decompression exactly where your QL is. So in your lower spine, you'll feel this kind of reach in the spine. So relax the QL as much as you can. Should feel a beautiful decompression right where the mid back meets the low back. Hold that one more breath. Breathe through any tension, any resistance. Beautiful. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, come on up into a seal pose. And then exhale, curl the toes. Let's come to a down dog. Wonderful. So from here, pedal out the feet first. And then from here, we're going to bring a bend to the left knee and straighten up the right leg. So from here, especially I'm going to watch Dave do this, I want you to send this right hip over to the left. So it's like you're reaching that right hip away from the right hand, just like in that child pose. But now we're in down dog. So Dave, I want you to step closer a little bit, step forward. To where, no, your hands stay there, but your feet step forward. Yeah, but your feet are with each other. So come into a down dog where your feet are closer. Yeah. So now I want you to feel this hip reach up and away. Yeah. So you got to get that tilt. So one more breath here, reaching to that right side. And then let's go to the right. So bend the right knee, straighten out the left leg. Yes. So remember at the beginning when we were doing those curls, side to side. I want you to do that with the low back here, especially that sacrum. Beautiful. One more breath here into the left side. Beautiful. Come back to the middle and drop the feet down. Curl the legs underneath to our last two stretches, but these are like deeper stretches. So we're nice and warmed up. We know where the muscles is. So let's bring the left hand to the side of us. Big inhale, bring the right hand up. Try to reach the sky or ceiling. And we're going to slowly, as you exhale, bend to the left. But I want you to go super slow here. I want you to keep this right hip on the ground. So as you bend, you can keep bending more if you want. Find that 70% range. But I want you to keep reaching this right hip to the ground. And maybe even once you find your sweet spot, you can come to the back with the right hand here and give a little massage. A little reminder. 2 more breaths. I want you to breathe deep. We're breathing into that muscle. Yep. Find your last exhale. And as we inhale, come on up. Right hand to the ground, left hand reaches high. Get some space in the left side body. And as you exhale, start to bend. Keeping the left hip on the ground. Again, same thing here. Find a breath or two, finding your sweet spot. And then once you find your sweet spot, you may even bring the hand for a little massage. Just a reminder to reach the left hip down as you tilt the body away from that hip. Getting that nice, juicy little QL stretch. 2 more breaths. Ending with an exhale. Wonderful. Slowly come up on the inhale. And now we're just going to straighten out the legs to the sides. A little wide-legged stance, straddle stance. So now this is almost the same thing, but we're going to be leaning forward a little bit with this. So what I like to do is bring one hand out in front, like we're kind of leaning forward, and twist through the chest. So you feel this twist? And if you can, drop the belly button forward just a little bit. So the belly button. Yeah, so instead of curling here, Dave, try to reach here with the belly button forward. Yes. And now twist the chest up. Let's inhale, reach this right hand to the ceiling. And then exhale, reach it over top. So here we use this left hand to twist, rotate the chest. We use the right hand to reach up and away. And this is going to give you a different type of stretch to that QL. So now that you're here, again, reach this right hip down, keep it reaching down, and you should feel the stretch here big time. I want you to breathe into that. One more breath. Awesome. Inhale, coming on up. Right hand to the ground, left hand reaches up, and then take your time. So again, this right hand is what's going to help you twist. Left hand reaches over top. Slowly find that comfortable spot and keep reaching the left hip down. Same thing on this side. Breathing into the spot. If you had a partner at home, this is a great one where they could bring the hand to that left hip, kind of send it down to the ground, and with their right hand they help you reach further away. This is such a beautiful assisted stretch. One more breath. Awesome. Slowly coming on up as you inhale. Bring your feet together, lie down on your back. Last pose, and we end with the most gentle pose. So, lying down here, you can see we're a straight line. What I want you to do here is we are on the right side now, so bring your legs to the left side of your yoga mat. Bring the right foot on top of the left. So now I want you to curl into the left side here. So we're doing a little side bend. And reach this right hand up to the top. I gotta bring a bend to my elbow because the wall's right here. But I want you to imagine for a second, you reaching this right elbow up to the top of your mat as you reach your right foot away from that elbow. So you're trying to get the right side of your body as long as you can. Keep that sensation, and now I want you to curl the tailbone underneath you. So curl the tailbone a posterior to pelvic tilt. So it's like you're trying to flatten your back out on the ground. You keep that sensation as you reach the right elbow up, right foot away. And again, you feel an internal stretch. Once you feel that, just relax here. Relax everything. Like you're trying to fall asleep. Stay in this little slight C position. Just for a couple breaths, relax. And gently coming back to the center. Bringing the feet to the right side this time. Just hanging off your mat, step the left foot on top of the right foot. And as you inhale, reach this left hand up. Start to curl the chest down to the right as well, just like at the beginning when we did the side bends. So now you feel the left side get a little reach. Keep reaching through that. Keep reaching that left foot down and away. Keep reaching this left elbow up. And if you want to, again, I couldn't on the other side, but you can bring your hands together, and this right hand can help you reach even further. And again, you're tucking the tailbone in. Once you get that tailbone tucked under the low back flat, that's when you really get to stretch even deeper. So one more breath actively here. Reaching left hand, left foot away from one another. Keep the tailbone tucked. And then wherever you are, just relax. Relax the whole body, 2 breaths. Just checking in on the body, make sure you're not engaging anything. And slowly come back to the center. Hug the knees into the chest. Really hug them in.
Overhead booty walk. What you're gonna do is hold a bar overhead, lift one butt cheek up, lift the other one, and start walking forward. Yep, you're the only person at the gym doing this one, I promise you. Now, you should feel as Andrew lifts the left hip, the left QL fires, and the right QL fires. And both of them are actually firing together because every muscle is working in the low back. Do this one today. Try it out. You're gonna love it.
Move is the side plank, and that's just up like this. You can put your one leg, the top leg out in front of the other, or you can stack them both like this. And what you want to do is build up to about 2 minutes of total time in the side plank position. And number 3, I don't even know what to call this one, but you're going to take a band, anchor it to a pole or a weight like I have it here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to overhead press like this. And what's going to happen here is if you have a weak QL, you'll just tip over like this. Your QL on this side is going to be firing really hard to keep you upright. I've got like no band tension right now, but do this for about 12 to 15 each.
This video will break down the rehab process into 3 phases. We will begin with stretching, then start introducing load with isometric strengthening, and eventually build up strength through full range of motion. In the early phases of rehab, it's important to keep your back moving. The most common issue is overprotecting. For this first stretch, let one leg fall towards the floor as far as it can go, and then reach towards the opposite side as far as you can reach in a standing position. Make sure that your front leg is across your body and drive your hips towards the opposite side as you reach over. Make sure to lean a little forward to maximize this stretch. This one has a lot of moving parts, but is one of the best bang for your buck mobility drills. It will anchor the pelvis and allow you to maximize the stretch of the QL. Rotate back and forth and try to reach a little further with each repetition. Smaller item than a foam roller, like a lacrosse ball. Find a tender spot, roll on it, and then move your bottom leg up and down. 2. Now it's time to start adding isometric load to this suitcase carry is a great anti-side bend exercise. You can see I'm holding the dumbbell on my right side, which allows the muscle on the left side of my lower back to work. You can regress this by simply standing in place with a dumbbell in hand, which is an effective way to stabilize the trunk and the pelvis. Keep your hips up so that there is a straight line from your ankles to your hips to your shoulders. If this becomes too difficult, try performing this in a modified position on back is beginning to feel better. It's time to build some QL. This is a 2-for-1 because you will build strength and mobility of your QL with one movement. The key here is to make sure that you go through full range of motion, bring your legs up as high as you can. This will target a lot of other muscles like your obliques, abs, and other core muscles. Do not overthink it. Muscles of the body don't work in isolation. If this is too difficult, try modifying this by bending your knees. If too easy, try performing hip dips to further load this tissue. Get in a half kneeling position with a kettlebell overhead. Then reach over towards the floor while keeping the kettlebell overhead the entire time. Your core will be on fire after a few repetitions. If you can't get all the way down to the floor, not a big deal. Go through as much range of motion as you feel